G'day guys, we're here for another pre-release packs box opening. We've actually pinched Justin this time. We're going to see what he gets in his box and help him construct his deck, and he's going to talk to us about what he's going to do. So,
yeah, well, I'm excited after going 3-0 undefeated in my first pre-release this morning. I'm going to give this pre-release pack a go and see if I can build a better deck.
Yeah, sick. All right, give it a go. Rip into it. Signal Rob, he's mucking around with the lights at the moment.
What'd you do? You turned it off.
Yeah,
I didn't know how you turned it off.
So it's a really cool box, this one. Probably seen it already. Alrighty. I like the way they've done the bonus pack there. You can't see what you've got until you actually open it.
We do it a lot. But yeah.
Not press that button ever again.
I did like that, it's kind of cool. Yeah. I think Rob and I both managed to get birds in our first one. So he got the 7 cost one, and I got the cheap 1 cost one.
Ordinarily, one of the cards is exposed, so if you're not going to play it, you don't open it, you know, so the planes look really good.
Yeah,
and we got, a mythic foil, Queen of Dale. That's what we like to see.
That's a cool card. Cast a non-creature spell each turn, you recruit. Okay, that's cool. It seems like the deck's really built around building armies, which I think is the whole 5 armies sort of thing.
The whole 5 armies is really a theme, and the humans of Dale, they get together and they form a blue-white deck.
Oh, cool.
So yeah, all right, pack number 1.
Yeah, my first deck in round 1 was I made a Goblin Warg kind of deck with some giants there in the middle. So
Green, black?
Yeah, green, black.
Yeah, very good. I just played a green, red, so I enjoyed that. Sorry, a red, black.
Yeah.
This way, I like to just put my cards out in colour by order.
Oh, you got Smaug. I will put it back in that colour order.
But I got Little Bear.
Yeah.
And I got Old Fat Spider. There's a Silver Nibbler. That's a good card, that one.
I didn't get that one.
Bilbo's Gambit.
The Solitarian Prowler. A2 life, this creature gets blocked. That's mad.
That's pretty good.
Yeah. Well, it's good to see that we weren't far off the mark, because Rob and I have only really played some of the intro stuff. We haven't played in 10 years. This is probably your first pre-release, right, Rob?
Yeah.
So we seen that we did the exact right thing. Everyone else, Justin did the same thing. You know, he went 3-0 in his
That's
first
just
round.
what I do with Star Wars, but it's a little bit different. There's more multicolored things in Star Wars.
I really like this card. I thought it was a cool creature. The butterflies. Yeah. Being able to like tap creatures and exhaust an opponent is pretty good.
And then you can play it again out of your. Because it goes to your
Graveyard.
No, what's the other one?
Oh, there's a second Queen of Dale in the second pack that I've opened.
Yeah, I wonder what you can run to your deck today.
There's a Thorin Oakenshield, special art treatment. That looks pretty cool.
That one's cool. That one's worth a bit, I think, as well.
Yeah, we both pulled the full art, but we didn't get the foil.
Yeah. Where does he go? What is he, white or red?
He's multicolored.
Okay.
Yeah.
I remember the dual cards back when Commander was really popping up back in like early 2010s, where everyone was like crash hot on the dual cards. It's like, oh yeah, that'd be $5, that'd be $10, that'd be $15, $30. It's like, guys, relax, there's more coming.
Yeah, dual lands have been a constant since the start of Magic, so you know, people love seeing them. That's a really cool dwarf equipment, that one. Dwarven short sword.
Yeah, I got one of those in my drawers as well, but I didn't really get a lot of artifacts in my drawer.
The dreaded back cloud, something I experienced living in Picton, New South Wales, because we have a lovely fruit bat colony in our town. Oh, there's a Gloin the Mighty. There's a pretty cool looking dwarf. Master's Counselors, another human advisor. A Zog.
Oh, you got Zog. I don't think I got a Zog either.
Oh, that's a really nice goblin, that one.
And Zog enters destroy up to one other target creature controlling a master's Goblin X, where X is that creature's power. That's cool. So you destroyed like Gandalf, there's a 5 cost, and that's a 5 Goblin army. That's cool.
Wind.
Blue Blade, cool card.
Another short sword. Oh no.
There was another one with the Elven Way, which is another card I thought was cool, which I got in my drawer.
An interesting version of the old Evolving Wilds, this one. You know, with halfling cycling. So playing it in a halfling deck, you're going to be able to search out for a halfling. It's a very interesting new way to do things, I think.
That's cool.
Another Goblin Plate Mail. Control negotiations, green removal. Hey, I like that guy.
I've noticed.
Any?
Saga cards? Because I haven't seen them.
No,
I've seen some of them, but I've never actually seen one in play.
I did have sagas in my last pool. They worked well. I actually managed to conjure a 6/6 dragon through one of the sagas. Yeah, yeah. Golem abandoned. Dane, there's another good dwarf. Yeah, I got bashed by Dane a couple of times in the last game. Warbling.
And this grand colorless equipment artifact token then acts with the equipped creature gets possible. Okay, that's cool.
Not bad with a couple of dwarven short swords in the actual pool. Yeah. Let's go through the commons again. Ordinary bear.
There's a few nice cards of like art, which is fantastic. But it seems like it's a mix of just like their normal magic wizard style of artwork, and then a mix of things like the Ring of Power, a bit of the Peter Jackson era Lord of the Rings, and some of the other shows. The Hobbit.
Oh, there's a second Desolation Prowler.
Which is cool because it's all about the Marvel set too. There's like a very nice mix of the classic wizard style artworks to the
the comics. Comic style,
yeah.
Like different generations of the comics.
Yeah.
Oh, there's a second Azov.
I'm keen to see whether or not you get the any of the there's that bird that you got. What was it called? It had the full like J.R. Tolkien like style book art.
Yeah.
Oh, the book art cards are lovely. They're really.
But are they only in the collectors?
No, you can pull them in regular packs. I just don't think you can get Surge for them in regular packs. Bilbo Lockware is a really good uncommon in the set. That's cool. There's a lovely full art spiderweb land. And down to the last pack. So what's it going to be? 2 Queens of Dale versus 2 Azog Moria's Ruin. There's a big pile of black.
You've got a very weird dichotomy going on here.
Indeed. Could depend on where the removal sits, actually. Removal is very important in this format, I found.
Yeah. So you were in the full set, or you sort of like, you'll get the cards, have a play, and you know enough of the meta of the mechanics and you can jump with it?
Yeah, I guess a lot of that comes from playing Magic for a long time. I've worked to a template of how to build. And it's basically what they give you in the pre-release pack, you know, but once you've done it a fair few times, you
work out what you
get down pat. But in smaller sets like this, where there are the bomb creatures, removal's extremely important. Third Dwarven short sword, Giant's Boulder, Dane Lord of the Hills, and this is just making it ridiculously hard. Bold of the North, the Black Arrow.
Ooh, Black Arrow.
It's good against dragons, that one.
Yeah.
And a Bejeweled Wall. Not so great in this pool, but definitely going to be a standard player, I believe. Have you seen that one?
Yeah, I've bought one.
I think we bought one, yeah. It's so cheap too, like for a 3/2 for 2 cost. When Screen Deals come, and it buffs everyone. That's freaking hot.
It's hot because it's got trample, and it's a 3/2, so like initially, third turn you're going to be attacking with this. If your opponent hasn't got a decent creature, you are pretty much going to trigger one of those 2 things.
They have to deal with it.
All right.
That's your point about removing.
That's what I've opened. Now we've got a really big pile of black here. I'll just take the bulb off. An equivalent sort of pile of maybe a little bit more white, although these colour pairings are not really supported in the Hobbit.
Yeah, I was going to say, there doesn't seem to be a lot of mechanics. Like, what with the green-black, I went with them because, again, they're my biggest piles, like you've done. And they also had a whole bunch of double lands for sacrifices to buff a spider or a goblin or a wolf.
What are your good double colours?
So good double coloured cards, and this is what maybe the thing that actually pushes me towards the red-black again, before I look at the pool too closely for removal. They're excellent. I would play those in any red-black deck, playing goblins and the like. They're very synergistic, especially where you can amass a fair few goblins. So I'm just going to go through the other coloured, multicoloured cards I've got. There was a couple of Patient Instructors, which are very good in the white-blue human deck, and if that's one that becomes my second deck, then that's what it becomes. Thorin Oakenshield, pretty good in a dwarf deck. Sylvan Revelers, excellent in the green-blue landfall deck, but I'm not thinking that's a real option in this pool. Let's have a look at our artifacts. Artifacts, the Black Arrow is excellent, especially because it can destroy a dragon straight away, and there are a few dragons in this set.
Yep.
So I'll pop that in my little artifact pile there. Giant's Boulder, not bad if you're multicolour. Spatulas, a couple of those, good for life. Good in the dwarf deck,
Yep.
just because it's a cheap to equip artifact, buffs your life.
Yep.
And the old long-bodied grey dog. An unfortunate name, but a lovely critter.
Yeah.
So I'm just going to put those aside with the other multicoloured cards that I'm probably not going to use. We'll quickly go through green. The Warg's the best card we've got there. Adacrop, Quarrel, nice little bite spell. Ordinary Bear, a Wargling, Troll Negotiations, good removal spell. So green's already got 3 removal spells. That could be a potential thing. The 4th removal spell.
Actually, that's a good question. To go back to the troll one, is that one I can, if a creature is exhausted, it's still effective. So if I've attacked with a creature and it's exhausted, can I cast it on that creature and still does the damage?
Oh, 100%.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, cool.
Because it's already been through combat, or it's even been tapped before combat. It's not a
You're
combat
forcing another
thing.
trigger.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a secondary thing.
Yeah, so there you go. So we use stuff that up. Jack to get stuff.
Even though green's, not something I'm probably looking at in this pool, there's not some bad cards there if you were forced to, go down that line with your Sylvan dudes. Okay, so let's look at blue. Blue has the Bilbo, good counterspell, elf, human, counterspell, bird, pretty good removal for blue, and human. So there is a little bit of removal and a little bit of support for blue-white if we tend to go down that way. I'll pop all those cards there together. What I might do now, before I look at the white too seriously, is see what sort of removal I've got in these 2 colours. So,
You went through the same process for your first round.
every time. Look at your strong cards, look at your biggest piles, look at them when your removal stands. Not a bad creature, giving you some card draw, creature, a mass, dwarf creature, another dwarf creature, very good removal, goblin equipment, and a smell with removal attached to it. So 2 pieces of removal there in red.
It's expensive though. Like
It is
5,
expensive.
7 casts.
This is 5 to cast the Spear
But I
Flame
mean,
part.
just getting out there. Yeah.
So
You cast that out of your hand though, don't you?
yeah,
Oh, can you?
yeah.
Oh, okay.
And then he goes on an adventure,
Yeah.
and then you can cast him from
Right,
adventure.
okay.
So yeah, you get
Yeah, okay.
2 goes with that card essentially.
Okay. So that's why I didn't know that mechanic.
All right,
There you
so let's look at the black.
So the butterflies aren't
we've got.
Yeah.
You cast them,
Yeah, you can cast it, it goes on
then
the
they go
adventure.
into
Death Touch
exile,
Wall.
and then I can cast them out of exile back onto the
play.
table.
Yeah.
But then I don't think you can cast that while they're out as a creature. That's not. You can't.
Azog.
Yeah, no.
If
Like,
he
there are
spawns
some.
out as a creature, can you trigger that again?
No.
Yeah. So, yeah.
No, that's a sorcery. Once you cast it, he goes on the adventure. You can bounce Smog back to your hand and then cast it again
Yeah.
if you needed to do that. Removal, card draw. That's good removal. Attached to an equipment.
Yeah, that's cool. I had a whole bunch. You haven't got a lot of wargs in this one, but I had a lot of the wargs which do the similar thing where you're putting not the wargs. Oh, not the wargs. You put +1/+1 on other creatures, or actually it's the bumblebees. You have the angry bee, which does if something dies, you get the scry, and then there was the goblins I had, which every time they die, they're doing -1 tokens on creatures and stuff.
There's certainly some good creatures there. We could strongly throw it together into a red and black, but we'll have a bit of a closer look at our whites before we make that decision. So we'll see what blue-white recruit can bring us. So Dane, Short Sword, Vow to Erebus, Toymaker, Colorfly, Short Sword, Provisioner, Short Sword, Garrison, Queen of Dale, Butterflies, Bilbo's Gambit, Moment of Glory, Queen of Dale.
I mean, a Queen of Dale short sword. It seems like it's pretty simple.
Queen of Dale, whenever an opponent casts their first non-creature spell, you recruit. So ideally, it's played in the blue-white deck.
Yeah.
More so than the red-white deck. Still not something that you couldn't play in the red-white deck. I think, unfortunately, the red-white might just be a little bit light on removal.
Yeah.
But we'll have a bit of a further look. I'll throw out some critters and we'll see how it comes together.
So you're now effectively sorting it by cost?
Yeah, I'm sorting now by cost and looking at what sort of curve of creatures that I can sort of settle on. They're the red-white cards that I would look at playing. Well, that are in the pool.
Yeah.
They're very strong in the 2-drop position. A little bit of top end. More of a goblin card.
But not many 1-drops.
No 1-drops. I don't find them that important in Limited.
Yep.
Limited tends to be more of a mid to late game sort of strategy. Plenty of 2-drops and some of them are quite strong. Does tend to rely a little bit on storied, and as you mentioned before, I don't seem to have any of the good
Story cards, yeah.
red or white sagas, which make a difference. So I'll take the white out now, and I'll throw the black down and see how that looks.
See, that's much more interesting to see how you've done that way, because like I just literally went, oh, it says 7 to 8.
Yeah.
7, 8 sorcery cards, there we go. Whereas actually putting it out is seeing the curve visually. You know, even regardless of what the card does, you're visually seeing the power, I guess the cost demands of the deck builds.
Well, you might have noticed I haven't even been reading the cards very closely at this point. I'm just sort of setting out the template of what I want in the deck. So now we'll look at how the black lays out. This isn't a mass card, so it's pretty good in a red-black sacrifice style deck.
Yep.
And again, the same thing. So if I can amass a 1/1 goblin army and then sacrifice it to destroy your 4-drop, I'm in front, you're not. So a couple of Azobs are very attractive. Dreaded Backcloud. Probably too many of the Reverent Howls. They're not bad card draw, but might not be necessary in this style of deck. Card draw again and amassing goblins.
Yep. I saw this card. I think I ran an Azog or something similar, like gathering value, the value or something. Yeah.
Cruel Glentblade. That's the equipment that's got the removal attached to it, so that's a good one. On the Crooked Way. Bit interesting. Whenever a creature card leaves your graveyard, amass goblins 1. So you're going to amass goblins 1 to start with. Pay 2 to give goblins and all you control menace until end of turn. Yeah. We'll see.
Look at you. It says you mass, so it says you start with 0/0. Does that mean you still put the tokens on as well?
No, amass is instead of the going wide where you're creating more amass tokens, amass all of your +1/+1 counters go on the one creature.
Right, okay.
So it becomes big.
Right.
So if you can sacrifice it while it's little, knowing that you're going to be able to create another one, it becomes a throwaway creature. Goblin.
But you have to create the 0/0 token to start with, then put the tokens on it after.
Yes, Warg. Not bad. Desolation Prowler, as I mentioned earlier, it's excellent card. 2-drop. Golem the Abandoned, can't block. Exile up to one target card from opponent's graveyard, sacrifice artifact creature, turn this card from your graveyard again. Very much recursion creature, and this is the ideal creature to sacrifice to one of these effects because it's a goblin soldier.
Yeah.
So if I'm sacrificing it, the target creature is going to get -1/-1. Now, in conjunction with something like Stir Up Trouble, I can sacrifice this creature to destroy your big creature and maybe a small creature.
Yeah. You can do a little bit of the board thing. Yeah.
They work very well together. So, folks, I think that looking at that for a curve, it is another version of Black-Red.
Thinking it already, are you?
No, just some really strong 2-drops in black.
Yeah.
Oin's not really going to do much as a 2-drop, I don't think. He's a looter, but I'll just move him aside for now. I then have 2 Azogs, removal again, Dane Ironfoot. With the other equipment that I have, the Bent Blade, which I'm definitely playing, it almost makes Dane worth it. If I decide to play the Short Spear, it's definitely worth it.
Yeah.
This is card draw. Very good for when I'm got another opportunity to amass goblins. I can sack a creature that I have to exile top card, which is essentially card draw again.
Yep.
Probably the one thing about aggro is when you're playing it, you need to be able to refill your hand. So effects that let you do that for not too big of a cost are great. This is another good one. I played him last time around. Get a card. Groin, decent body, stapled onto a removal spell.
Yep. That's cool.
Yeah, with the amount of sacrifice outlets that I've got, it certainly makes Dreaded Backcloud worthwhile because he's going to cost 3 less to cast if the creature died.
Yeah, cool.
So that one will work. Mr. Mountain's Raider again, amassing goblins, that one will work. And I need top end, so Smog at the top end, it's a removal spell attached to it.
Yep.
So looking at that, we've got 1 7-drop, 2 6s, 2 5s, 2 4s, 4 3s, and 6 2s. 6, 10, 14, 15 creatures, that's fine. Non-creature spells?
You wouldn't want to bring one of these guys back in?
Yeah, Volga's going to play, 100%. Sorry, I didn't realise they'd been gone over there. Then definitely these ones. So with those equipment, that's certainly making Dane Ironfoot worthwhile because when Dane attacks, each equipped attacking creature gains double strike until end of turn. Okay, so non-creature spells. Tidings of War is okay. It amasses a goblin. You can play it again from your graveyard if you're light on creatures.
Cool.
I'll put it into the maybe pile.
Yep.
Stir Up Trouble is a definite.
Yep.
Pinecone Strike, excellent removal.
Yep.
Exiles a creature but destroys a token artifact. So that can be something like Dane's Axe, it can be a treasure token.
Okay.
Found it quite useful. Good removal in the 2-drop slot. Goblin Plate Mail, I found excellent. It's giving your goblins menace, which goes with the theme of one of the other guys I've got there. So I will maybe play either 2 of those and not that, or 1 of each of those. We'll see what happens.
Yep.
3-drop slot, Black Arrow definitely, Crude Bent Blade definitely. I may or may not need that, depending on if we go with 2 of the Goblin Plate Mail. Same effect really, gives your mass army menace.
Yep.
Very handy, but we'll see about that one. I'll put that in a maybe pile. Rage into the Valley, yeah, definitely want to do that. Definitely want to draw a card, definitely want to amass. So then we'll go to Reverend Howl is another card drawing possibility. Gathering of Darkness, returning a creature card from the graveyard to my hand and amassing 3 goblins is fantastic. So that's an auto in. Now, I'm thinking we probably have pretty close to 23 cards. 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 15. We've got 24 cards now, so we are definitely running the Sentries. We're definitely running Golem. We're definitely running those two. We'll definitely run that. Death Touch is always good at the 2 drops. So I'm pretty happy with the creatures. We've got 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16 creatures. I found 17 lands was one too many land in the last pre-release, and after the first round, I actually sideboarded out a land and put in an extra card. So I'm going to start this with 16 land and 24 cards.
Okay.
So with 4, 6, 10.
So I didn't know you could sideboard. I had 3 dual cards, and I should put less mana in. I could put a couple more spells in.
Agreed, yeah. So that means I'm going to look for 8 out of these. So we'll Stir Up Trouble definitely, Goblin Plate Mail definitely. That's a toss-up. Definite. So, do I want more card draw? Or more equipment? And
Card draw is more like to get the Dane though, isn't it?
more card draw.
Because he's on your hand, you don't want more card draw, you can have a high chance of drawing him up.
Yeah, I think I will go with the more card draw. Putting the second Goblin Plate Mail out and the Ragged Short Spear in. So, in terms of our overall a little bit light on removal, but more than any other option that I had, and I think I'll run with that as my 24.
Awesome. All right. It was actually very informative to see how you're doing it, and then visually how you set out your cards to also go, here's the representation of where your power curve's sitting in terms of like power command and some of the logic behind how to pick the cards as well is also good. Because again, before we built, it's like, okay, it says 18 creatures on the instructions, let's go with 18 creatures.
And Andrew's referring to the instructions that are on the building pre-release deck. I've slotted straight in there with 16 creatures. I've slotted straight in there with 8 other spells. This looks very reminiscent of my curve, except I've got a lot less top end. So that's allowing me to actually drop one of the lands and play an extra card. And I feel with the lower curve and the better card draw that I've got, that maybe I'll go 3-hour again with this one.
Awesome. All right, we'll look forward to see how you go. We'll
Thanks very much.
Thanks for joining us.
I'll sleeve up and put some lands in there.
Awesome. Good luck.
Cheers.
Thanks, mate.